welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well today. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade. I post videos at least 3 times a week and I also have a vlogging channel. So today I'm very excited to be sharing with you the brand new Beauty Bay Disney collection. I got my order in yesterday. I've got the items today. It was only released this morning, so I'm very excited to be sharing this with you guys. I'm going to do an eye makeup look with this, so I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Do not forget to subscribe, comment and like, and let's get started. So these were released officially today on the Beauty Bay website. However, if you get the app, you can actually get pre-sales. You can get the items, I think, about 24 hours before they actually get released. And I have a hall pass with Beauty Bay, so that means as long as I order before 11 PM at night, I get next day delivery for free. This actually cost $9.95. I got mine in a deal, so I only got mine for $4.95, but usually they only cost $9.95, so that's a really great deal. So Beauty Bay has been teasing the new line for so long now, and I've been so excited. I'm one of the biggest Disney fans ever, so I'm so excited for them to bring this out. So they brought out a Disney range, and it's the Disney colour range. They've brought out 3 different products. They've brought out the eyeshadow stick, the eyeshadow palette, and the lip and cheek duo stick. So I've only got one of these. I managed to get my hands on one of the palettes, and I didn't want to go crazy and get loads of things, so I've only got one palette today. The eyeshadow sticks look amazing though, and I was so tempted to buy one, but I already have an eyeshadow stick from Kiko, so I decided not to get one this time, but they are all so gorgeous. So they do 3 movies for their palettes. The first one being Jungle Book, the second being Alice in Wonderland, and the third being Dumbo. These are all amazing films, and it was so hard to pick between the 3 different palettes. However, I went for the Alice in Wonderland because I was just obsessed with the colours, and these are more me, and these kind of like tones and shades are so much more me. So I'll just show you guys the packaging and unbox it first. So this is what the packaging looks like, and it's got a holographic title on with a little Disney logo, and it actually says what year the film that I chose came out. So it says Alice in Wonderland with a little Disney logo, and it says 1951, which is pretty cool. And then it's got a bit of a swatch on the side of what the colours are inside, and on the back it says a pressed pigment palette featuring 6 colourful shades with an ultra blendable and buildable formula, perfect for creating a spectrum of looks. So I'll just open it up now, and the actual palette itself is genuinely beautiful, like the packaging of it and the actual pigment inside is beautiful. So this is what it looks like. I'm sorry, but that is just insane. I've not had a palette that's looked that gorgeous before. And then on the back, it's actually quite interesting. It says Alice in Wonderland, and it's got a little Disney kind of Mickey Mouse logo, and then it tells you the name of the shade underneath, and the little logo is in the colour the palette's in, if that makes sense. So I'll show you a little bit up close so you can kind of understand what I mean. So you can see it says Alice in Wonderland, you've got the little Mickey Mouse in the shade that the colour is, and then it's got the name and the number. I think this is so interesting because I've never seen anything like this before, and it just looks so cool. And this is what it looks like once we open it up. Some gorgeous colours in there. Ignore the ring light reflection, but look at the colours in there, and they've got really nice amounts of products in there too. And it also has a really nice size mirror as well, which we absolutely love. It says Alice in Wonderland with a little Disney logo, and then at 1951. So these are the beautiful shades. I will insert swatches here so you can see them. I just want to get on, and I just want to play with this palette because it just looks gorgeous, and I've been waiting all day for it to arrive in the post, and it's just arrived, so let's play with this. I'm going to use my P. Louise base in the shade 2, which is the one that I always use, and I'm going to start to blend this over my eyes. I have done a bit of makeup already today, so the rest of my face is done. It's just my eyes that need to be done. And if I'm completely honest, I don't know where I'm going to go with this look. I've been saying recently how organised I've been, and how I've been like testing makeup palettes out, like other palettes that have got similar colours in, so I can kind of like test it out and see where I want to go with things before I get the palette and sit down to film the video. But with this one, I have no idea, so we're just going to wing it and see what happens and just hope for the best. So I'm now going to just blend this in. This is just one of the best bases ever. Also, if you guys haven't actually invested yet, I would definitely recommend investing in the P. Louise coloured bases, just because these are so good, and at the moment they're on sale, like a reduction kind of the getting rid of them sale. So if you're interested in that, definitely get yourself some of those because I think they're going soon. But I got myself a pack of all of them, which are gorgeous, I actually want to do a video just doing a full face of these, but they're so beautiful. They have, I think it's 10 different shades, and it was £50 reduced from 140, which is a really, really good deal. So I kind of want to go for like a pinky purpley sunset look. So I'm going to start off with this pink shade here. It's a really nice like bright pink, like a fuchsia pink. I'm just going to make sure that brush is actually quite clean, because I've been like testing some of the colours on my hand, and so far they do seem quite pigmented. They seem the kind of ones that would definitely be quite buildable. I love pigmented eyeshadows. I'm just running this through my crease, by the way. I do love pigmented eyeshadows, but the thing that I've struggled with them lately is I think a lot of them have been trying to make it like kind of too pigmented, to the point where they're very crumbly. Ooh, I love that. The way that literally glides on. Ooh, I'm gonna love this palette. I know it already. But I've been having problems with palettes that have been a bit too pigmented, and it's like people are trying to make more pigmented palettes and that kind of thing, which is great until they make it so pigmented that it just crumbles out. And the amount of fallout I've had, and the amount just kind of crumbled all over my palette, it's not great. So this one, I'm actually really, really impressed with the formula. I haven't had that many Beauty Bay palettes and products. I love their kind of like original palettes, so like their £9, their £25, I'll put them on screen, but like their rainbow ones and their nude ones, they're so pretty and they look so good, but I don't really use any others apart from those, and I haven't used them in a while if I'm completely honest. But I do always love them. I've never actually been let down by a Beauty Bay product before. So I feel like I should definitely start using Beauty Bay's own products more, because I'm always really, really surprisingly shocked by these. So that's the pink applied, which is a gorgeous colour. I'm now going to go in with that white shade, which is like this one on the bottom, in the middle. And I've just grabbed some of that on my brush, and I'm just really gently buffing underneath my eyebrow. Literally just underneath my eyebrow, so it's just tickling the colour, but just hardly. I see all the makeup artists are supposed to like hold your brush right at the end, but I just can't do that. Like if I do, I have no kind of control at all, but I'm really trying to get into like better habits. But at the moment I'm like, I'd rather hold it there because I feel like I've got more control over it. So now I've done that, I'm just going to zoom you guys in just a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit better what's happening. I actually bought a new brush recently. Well, I bought a bunch of new brushes from Morphe. They had a big sale, so I bought so many new brushes. However, I want to do a full face only using Morphe brushes because I have so many. I kind of just wanted to test them all out in one video and see if they're any good. But this one I've got a duplicate of, so I'm going to open this one now and use it for blending because it looks absolutely gorgeous. This is the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH35, and it just looks gorgeous. I just love how much care and like the packaging of everything with Morphe. It just seems to be so good. I did have trouble getting these because it said 2 to 4 days shipping, and it's taken nearly 3 weeks, which is a bit frustrating, but it happens. That kind of thing does happen. So I'm going back in with that white and just adding a little bit more on. I just thought it'd be really good to blend with this brush. Ooh, I love this. I'm obsessed with this brush already. That is a gorgeous brush. Okay. So that is now done. I'm doing it a little bit on the other side just because I wanted to test the brush out and it's so good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with this yellow shade, and I'm going to do my best to kind of mix the pink and the yellow together to make a bit of an orange tone, a bit of a warm tone. So I'm going to go in with this brush. This is the Base Shadow Brush 301 by Real Techniques. And I'm going in with that yellow shade like I said. And I'm just going to apply this like right through my crease. I don't want to apply too much at once. I just want to try and make it a bit more orangey just to give it an extra kind of tone. Do you know what? I quite like this shade actually. I hadn't actually tried this yellow properly yet, but it is so pretty. I really like that. It's kind of like a green yellow, but it's really nice. I feel like I should have probably layered some of the other colour underneath. But you know what? I actually quite like it being yellow, so I'm not that fussed. It's quite a pretty kind of pigment to it, which is really, really nice. So I'm just going to go in really gently with that Morphe brush again, and I'm going to grab a little bit of the pink and then a little bit of the yellow on top. And that's kind of giving it a nice little orange shade, and I'm just running that through my crease. Oh, it's so pretty. I really love this palette. The pigmentation is so good and it's so buildable. Like sometimes with some palettes, if you kind of put more product on and then start like trying to build it up, it just doesn't work. And the more you try to build it up, the more it kind of decides it doesn't want to work for you at all, and it kind of just gets clumpy and messy. It's not a big fan. So I'm just going in and doing the exact same thing on this eye, but the colours are blending so nicely together, like they're so blendable. I really wasn't sure what this was going to be like at all. I thought it might be like a really small palette. I didn't know if it was going to be worth the money, but I'm a big fan. I was so close to buying other things as well, because I've got like a lip and tint, like a lip and cheek tint duo pen, which looks really cool, but it was just a bit expensive to buy like loads and loads of things at once, especially since I've just bought the new DC collection from Revolution. If you haven't seen that already, I have done a big collection video all over my channel with the Harley one, the Joker one, the Batman palette, Catwoman, you name it. I've done all sorts of different ones, so do check those out if you haven't already. But this is currently what it's looking like, which is actually really pretty colours. So I'm going to go in with the purple, because why not? So I'm going to take this brush here. This is just an Olivia Hale shadow brush, which is quite a nice one, and I'm going in with that gorgeous kind of purple. It's like a kind of like a lavender, but like a bit darker. And I'm just going in to my outer corner, and I'm literally just putting that from the middle to the end, and I'm just blending that through. Okay, so that's nice. It's not as pigmented as the pink, but it's still really pretty. So I'm just going to build this up, and I'm blending that through. So I'm just building and blending the best that I can, and then I'm going to go in with the white and the morph brush again, just to kind of define the lines a bit and make sure no colours have been lost in the blending process. So this is what we're like now, and I'm going to go in with that white as I said. So this is the white. I'm just tapping into that with this nice blending brush, and then I'm just going to blend that through. So it's starting to blend out really nicely there. I'm a really big fan of these colours already. I wish you could see how purple it was in real life. It looks a lot more pink on camera, which is a little bit annoying, but it's still really delicate and still really pretty look on camera. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side and just start to blend there. I like to kind of like start at my eyebrow and then blend down a little bit. I'm now going to go in, I'm going to do my cut crease again, so I'm using the same one as before, which is my P. Louise base in the shade 2, and I'm scrapping some onto the back of my hand. I've got so many swatches on there now, and I'm just going to apply this onto my lid, but I'm going to kind of stop at my crease. I'm going to try like line underneath my crease with it. So I'm using the exact same brush as before, and I'm just applying this on here. And now I've done that, I'm going to kind of tap that in a little bit so it's not too wet and it's kind of blended slightly, but I don't want it to be blended too much because I want that tacky base for the pigment to stick to. So that's now how that is looking like, and you can see it's definitely quite a contrast with the pink, purple and the white. So I'm now going to go in with that purple again. I'm just going to grab a good old bit of that, and I'm just putting this in the outer corner of my eye. I'm blending that into the crease where we've just kind of cut it, which is a gorgeous purple. I really do like it. So I'm just going to try it, build the pigment up a little bit more and just add a little bit more. So what I'm then going to do, now we've kind of built that purple up on the outer edge, I'm now going to go in with a glitter because I cannot resist going in with a gorgeous glitter for this. So I'm actually going to use my Fall French Fusion palette. This is a stunning one, so I'm going to use this one. I don't know what it's called because they don't have names, but it is number 10 I believe. I'm just going to apply this on my lid. It's a gorgeous glitter. Wow, it's so pretty. I'm just applying this one all over my lid, all the way up to that purple. I'm blending it in where the purple starts. And then I'm also going to apply this one on my inner corner highlight because I'm sorry, but look at how shimmery and how shiny that colour is. It's literally so bright. It's so nice. And I'm going to do the same thing on my other lid now. Now this is what it's looking like, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with that pink again and then with the purple. So the pink first, and I'm going to grab this brush here. This is a Studio 21 brush, and I'm just going to get a little bit, I don't want too much of the pink, just a little bit of the pink, and I'm getting some of the white as well, and I'm just running that at the kind of like start of my crease. If I get the pink built up a bit, you can see the pigmentation in the purple a lot better. You can kind of see the difference between the colours. I'm going to try like pull that up, make that a bit neater. Same on my other side. And then I'm going to get that white out again and blend the white through. Because I want this to be as well blended as it can be. And it really brightens up your brow bone as well for a good highlight after. Definitely a fan of this white. It is such a pigmented one, and I'll be honest, I don't find that many pigmented white shades. A lot of palettes do have whites in, but I don't find that many pigmented ones. But look at that colour. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love this palette so much. It's got so many gorgeous shades. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. This is one that I used the yellow on. I'm going to use the yellow again, and I'm just going to really lightly buff that on the outside of the pink there. Just really lightly buffing that through, just to add that tiny bit of like an orange shade up here. I'm going to do the same thing on my other eye there. I'm just blending that on the edges. It's kind of like a transition shade, and kind of orangey warm tone to it. So that's what it's looking like. You can kind of see that yellowy orange kind of coming out. And I'm going to go back in with that purple, and I'm just packing it into my outer corner, and then running it through my crease and bringing it back to my outer corner again and packing it in there. I'm not going to blend it, I'm literally just leaving it. And the same thing on this lid, I'm just packing it out and then running some through my crease, but apart from that I'm just leaving it packed onto that there. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to grab a little bit more glitter. I'm going to blend the glitter into that purple. So I'm just going to get some of this, and it's such gorgeous shimmer is this. It's so pretty. I'm just trying to blend it both sides. So I'm blending the glitter out and I'm blending the purple in. And that is how it's looking, and I'm really liking the blend. They're kind of blending really nicely together. They're quite gentle with each other. So I'm pulling that purple out a little bit more at this side. So this is now how it's looking, and I'm pretty happy with how the shimmer and the purple are blended together. I'm just going to neaten up my corners and my edges using that morph brush and the white shade again, which is such a good handy shade because it helps to make them a bit more pastelised, and it helps to just tidy up any edges that might be a little bit messier. Like that, that's tidied up so nicely. But it's such a pretty kind of colour. So now this is how it is, and I'm loving the shades in this. So I'm going to go underneath my eye with the purple, and I'm just doing a little bit, just to kind of join up. I don't want to go OTT with it, but I still want to get a bit of colour in there. Just kind of like join it up a bit. Exact same thing on my other lid, join it with the purple ends and do to about like halfway to 3/4 of my lower lash line. So pretty. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my mascara, because I feel like it really finishes off an eye look is doing mascara. So I actually have a new mascara to try today. This is the Colourpop Act Natural Mascara, and I'm actually quite liking this so far. It's got a really nice one, it's got a really nice shape. It's quite a thin one, and it's really nice. It's actually applying really well. It does have a smell. It's not really necessarily a bad smell, but I can't really work out what it smells of, which is quite weird. It's a really nice one. It's curling my lashes quite well. I think it's definitely adding a lot of length to them. And this one is for Act Natural Defining Mascara. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is now the final look, and I'm totally obsessed with the colours in this palette. They are so gorgeous. The white is incredible for blending. The purple is just such a beautiful toned up purple. The pink, you can never go wrong with the pink, and the yellow is so delicate too, and it blends so gorgeously together. I'm so happy with this palette. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I have absolutely loved testing this out. This palette I'm literally blown away by. Like, firstly, just the packaging is gorgeous, and then the colours and everything else is so perfect, so I'm so happy with this. It's going to look so gorgeous on my shelf. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this. I definitely have. And if you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for me. Leave me a lovely little comment down below, anything else you'd like to see, any other palettes or collections that you'd like me to test out. But that is pretty much it for me for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!